Hi, everybody, and welcome to your Wisdom Wednesdays. I am Patrina Wisdom, your Fresh Start Specialist and Authentic Living and Leadership Coach. And I'm so happy to be with you today. This has been a crazy week. From the last time we were together, just so much has shifted and opened up for me. Super excited about where my career, my business, my company is going. And I have so much in store for you all. So our first tip for today is know yourself, trust yourself, be yourself, and accept yourself. See, I'm a strong believer that if you build your house on a strong foundation, you'll never have to worry about your house crumbling or falling apart. And so what that means to me is, a lot of us have these beautiful homes that we live in, right? And we have what I like to call curbside appeal. It looks beautiful from the outside. The garden is colorful. Everything is perfectly intact. You may even walk into the house, open the door, look around, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful, right? Shiny wooden or tile floors, beautiful appliances, beautiful paint, beautiful furniture. Aesthetically, everything is just perfect. You go to every single room in the house. You really, get to know this house and develop a relationship with this house. And then that one day, you open the door and all of the skeletons, all of the messiness, all of the ugliness just comes falling out of the closet. So we're the same way, right? We have these beautiful put together exteriors, and inside, a lot of times, those are the exact people, the ones that look the most put together, look the most successful, look the most like they've just got it all figured out. And many times, those are the very people who have that one closet inside of them that they're protecting themselves so that you don't see it, so that they're not exposed, right? So that you don't open that closet and everything, all the real stuff falls out. All right, so it's really important to be courageous enough to go into that closet and start cleaning it out. Okay, now I'm not telling you to go do a complete revamp or organization, because that takes time. But every now and then open that door, pull something out and deal with it, right? Move past it so that you can accept yourself, love yourself, be yourself, know yourself, and boldly and unapologetically do all of the things that you desire, get everything that you desire, experience the feelings and emotions and the love and the travel and the adventure and all of that you desire, the laughter. Everything that you desire is waiting for you on the other side of your fears, on the other side of the issues that you're too ashamed to talk about, and on the other side of you protecting yourself because you don't want to get hurt. So point number 2 today is love yourself to life. And here's a quote. If you do not take responsibility for bringing love to your own wounds, you will not move out of the vicious cycle of self-attack, self-defense, self-imposed guilt, and self-imposed blame. And that's a quote by a gentleman named Paul Ferrini. So again, going back to what we're talking about, we all have that closet full of crap, full of experiences, full of emotions, full of mindset junk, right? Negative mindset and chatter that we don't want anybody to know about. But it's actually being responsible and courageous enough to go there that's going to make a huge difference in our lives. And when we go there, when we decide to open that closet, we need to love ourselves. We need to forgive ourselves for our past choices, for our past mindset, for the things we did not know, right? That we had to learn the hard way. So it's really important when you get ready to take that journey, that true journey of self-discovery, and you really decide to become the person that you want to be, to take back the driver's seat, to take back the control of your life and begin to create it instead of just living by default. When you're ready for that choice, then you also need to commit to loving yourself through it, because it's not going to be easy. It's not going to happen fast. It's a process. It's a process. So love yourself in the same way that you would love your child, in the same way that you would love your parent. So point number 3 today is own your story and open up possibilities. See, so many of us, all of us, have a story. Whatever the story is, right? Oh, well, I'm not capable of success, or whatever your story is, we all have one. Own it. Own it. Accept it. Don't be ashamed of it. Talk about it. Talk through it. And as you actually work through your story, you may even get sick of hearing it, because I know I do. It's like, okay, all right. And then you can make a different choice. And the very moment that you decide to make a different choice, to prove that that story no longer suits you and who you are today, nor does it suit who you want to become, then that's when all of the possibilities open up for you. So I have a quote for this one too. I guess today's just a quote day. And this one is by Brene Brown, brilliant lady who did a very wonderful study on shame. And she says that owning your story can be hard, but not nearly as difficult as spending our lives running from it. Embracing our vulnerability is risky, but not nearly as dangerous as giving up on love and belonging and joy. Then experiences makes us the most vulnerable. Only when you are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of light. And I have to say that with everything I've been through in my life, I've always been really good at just kind of breathing, moving through it, and still keeping my heart open to love, or at least I thought. And on Friday, I actually had a huge aha moment, okay? Huge shift. And what I realized, because sometimes things happen in our lives that affect us on a subconscious level, something that we don't pay that much attention to in the moment. We may get upset and we just dismiss it and we move through it and we think it's no longer affecting us. But especially things that people say, a parent, a friend, a loved one, a lover. So when I first decided to start my nonprofit organization, Hands of Comfort Foundation, and when I decided to move into the coaching and speaking industry, my passion, my reason for getting into the industry at all was to help heal men, heal the hearts of men. And the reason being is because I lost my husband to suicide. And what I realized is that A-type, overachieving, success-driven personality and the culture that most of us have grown up to look at as success almost killed me and did kill my husband. I do believe that that is the reason, because we get so caught up in that pursuit of what we think success is that the rest of our lives kind of fall to the wayside. And it's like, well, once I achieve this goal, then I can spend time with my family. Once I make this amount of money, then I can do X, fill in the blanks, because we've all had that conversation. So since the passing of my husband, I started my businesses, doing the coaching, doing the nonprofit, and somewhere along the way, I shifted my focus more to women. And it's funny because I never realized it. It just happened. It was an organic thing. And on Friday, I realized that not long after I started exposing myself and marketing and talking to people about what it was that I was trying to do, that I came up against opposition from a man who told me women don't know crap. They don't understand what it's like to be a man, and that we should basically shut up and stay in our place. Yeah, that was my response. And so at the time, I read it and I was like, okay, and I dismissed it as ignorance, But it's funny because subconsciously that truly affected me and changed the course, changed the direction of my entire business. So I guess my point here is that moment, that split-second moment that occurred, created a space in me created a conversation in me that said, I can't service men, that I can't be of service to men. And it also created a wall that prevented me from even getting close to men.